interview Valentina Höll, le vrai nom.
Valentina Victoria Höll.
Valentina Victoria Höll.
Ouais.
Welcome, Vali.
Thank you.
I'm pretty happy to have you with me today, but not for a short time, not on the side of the track, like having what you really think about downhill, about your career, about everything on downhill. So I'm pretty excited. I had like so many questions actually. I hope I hope I'm gonna have the answer actually.
It's off season with time.
Perfect. I like that. Well, just tell us what's happened at the end of the year after the last race. So you won your overall. What was the plan? Like going on holiday, party hard, or how 25 end actually?
Well, I needed a big break after the season, especially after the last 2 rounds. Like it was quite eventful, like being a bit of a privateer, and like it was a bit chaotic at the end.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I felt so free because I knew it's gonna be over. So there was a new exciting path waiting for me and exciting opportunities for the future. So I actually didn't really touch my bike in October and November.
So what did you do? Well,
I don't know. I was so busy. I spent so much time finally in my apartment because I'm barely home in Innsbruck. Spent time with my girlfriend. I didn't really go on holiday. I just wanted to be home, to be honest.
Yeah,
and it was so cool and nice, and just not be in the biking industry too much. Just hang out with your friends and talk about different stuff.
I know in 2025 you were really frustrated to just win, well, the world champ, but one race, which was Lake Placid. But at the end, now, it's a few months later, you won the overall. That's what really counts. That's the only thing we're going to remember. So what do you learn from 2025, from that racing season?
It was my most consistent season I ever had in my whole career. Like I've been on nearly all the podiums that were there. In Poland, I was 5th, and in Montana, I had a flat tire, but like really good splits until I had the flat tire. So my goal was to crash less in the race runs, and that's what I achieved. I thought I would be able to win a little bit more World Cups because I was always kind of close, but there was always something, just someone pulling the handbrake all the time, and I was also a bit scared to get hurt. I don't know. I never had this really in the back of my mind, but I was like, oh, it's not really worth it. Like, if I win, I feel the same the next morning. But I didn't expect it that I was going to be so annoyed by not being able to win.
When did you realize that was a really good season? Because in the moment, it was kind of hard. You were like, it was not easy to not winning to be so close. When did you realize, maybe in October, like, wow, actually I was on the podium on every race?
Yeah, it was probably in Lake Placid where I was like, okay, actually this is pretty insane. Like I was still leading coming into Lake Placid without winning any World Cups. But like Gracie and Tani, they both have won 3 World Cups, and normally if you win 3 World Cups, like
you're so far ahead.
You're so far ahead, but somehow I managed to stay on top, and this also shows how important qualifyings are. And I feel like there was so much going on in the season that I had no time to actually look at my performance. It was more like kind of like surviving from World Cup to World Cup because I didn't really enjoy the environment anymore.
Yeah.
I did my job, but I was happier at home than at the races.
The race, yeah, right. You are the world champion. You won the overall, so you could join any team you want, almost.
Well, it wasn't that easy, to be honest, because we got the information quite late in the season.
Okay.
Like it was after Andorra, and most of the time it's a bit too late for all the big brands because all the budgets are gone. And normally if you have a big name, you talk a bit earlier, like 1.5 years before they plan their budgets. And then if a brand hears that, it's a bit like, we don't really have the budget, but maybe we can make it work. And that was really cool with Commencal because Max said, if we have opportunities, we take it. And that was really cool to hear.
Yeah, I guess. We also know that Commencal got 2 teams. Did you have the option to go in one team or another, or you didn't really the question never really came. It was like, okay, I'm going to go to Commencal Schwalbe, Les Orres, and that's it.
No, for sure I had the talks with both of the teams, and at the beginning it was more like, okay, I'm a big rider. I should be in the big team with a big truck, with the shiny sponsors, with the big sponsors and blah, blah, blah. But then at the end I realized, well, I had it with YT, but if the surrounding is not working, the shiny big truck is not helping you to be happy. And it took me not that long to realize it, that maybe the first step is to find the people that I trust and that support me and where I feel comfortable and that I also actually know, because for me it takes a long time to trust people, and I'm not that open, and I'm also not telling what I need. Like most of the time they need to figure out what I need, so it was quite cool to have the opportunity to work with their owners.
Yeah, so because you know Cédric and Cécile is your trainer as well, but you performed in the past without being in our team actually, so you could carry on with another team actually.
Yeah, for sure, but for me there were not many other teams that I was like, okay, I think I fit in that kind of environment, I fit with the brand, and I would say Commencal was always like in the back of my head. Or if someone asked me, oh, which bike you wanna ride, I was like, oh, for sure Commencal, because I don't know, all the riders on races they used to have on the program, if it was Rachel or Ankaro, like there's a big racing history, and I just wanted to be part of it.
Yeah, what inspired you in Commencal? Is that like the, as you said, like program they put in place, or the connection they have with rider? What is for you the most?
I think it's the racing spirit.
Okay.
I think you don't find it anywhere else. Like most of the time it's all about marketing and numbers and the ambassador program, and which is also really important, but the racing is just like a bonus that every brand is doing because the other ones are doing it. Whereas like I have the feeling Commencal is like racing is priority, yeah, and the then, rest is the bonus. Yeah. So it's for sure, I think it can be a big benefit, but maybe it's also a bit of pressure at the same time.
Yeah, because they expect a lot from you now.
Yeah, everyone in the company is living for racing, so I never had that before. But I mean, I just do what I did the last 6 years. Like I want to win races. It doesn't matter on which bike I am or which jersey I'm wearing. Yeah. I race for myself, and if I can help the team, then I'm happy with that.
Does it scare you to like ride a new frame, ride new parts? As like, for example, today was your first day, or almost the first day with Schwalbe tire. And is it a risk, or do you think you see this thing as a positive thing to start from scratch?
Well, I think I'm in a really lucky position that the stuff we have on the bike is like the crème de la crème, you know? It's like you don't need to think twice if the tire is going to work, because you know it's like really good quality. So,
yeah. But I'm saying that, maybe I'm going to say the question in another way. Like, there will be like a transition time. You need to find your pace with the frame, with the bike, and so. And do you think you kind of losing a bit of time on your preparation to find the good pace on the bike, or is it like?
No, I don't think so. I think more that this kind of stuff is giving you a bit of like new motivation. So you have a new goal, you have a new approach. It's good to adapt. You can't always train the same way, because at some point you're not going to improve anymore. So it's the same, I think, with that's why they do a new frame. Like they always try to make something better, and that's the same with the race bike. I think changing from YT to the Commencal platform is like a big step closer to having like a really good downhill race machine, and I'm super excited that I'm lucky enough to ride it.
And your bike is really beautiful.
Oh yeah,
we can say
beautiful.
that. Like, you were saying about finding a team. If we're not talking about UKs, but like in general, do you think it's harder for a woman on a mountain bike to find a team?
Well, I think I'm not the right person to ask this question, because I've always been lucky.
Yeah, but I mean, you talk
career.
With the other one then. Or maybe.
I think it really depends. I mean, the women field now is really stacked. So there's a lot of female riders that are really, really good, that they can perform their points.
Yeah.
And I think that's really valuable for big teams. I would say it's also better than trying to get an elite man, because for the women, it's like, I think they're just capable of doing it. So at the end, it's more about like do you join a team and you actually get the value that you're worth it?
Yeah.
And that's a different question. I think it was easy to find a team, but it's really hard to negotiate and get what you deserve.
Yeah, it's more maybe a bit about money at the end. That it's maybe a bit harder than I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, as you said, like the like for the elite woman and also the junior woman, I want to talk about Rosa Ziel. She's Australian. I guess, for you, she's not coming from nowhere. You know her since like she's maybe that old. And how do you see the juniors at the moment? Do you expect to maybe one day fight for the title, for the overall with her, for example?
Oh, for sure, and I wish I do. Like it's cool, and it's cool to finally see someone that also comes from Austria, because it's weird that we don't really have many downhill racers.
Yeah.
Like we have the biggest infrastructure, like really good tracks, like Schladming. We have a home World Cup. We do have the visibility now in the country as well, so it's like everything is starting, but we're not like France. But why are there so many racers coming from Nice, even though there's no bike park? It's like,
that's right.
And I think it's just a matter of like role models. And you guys had Nico Voyos, and maybe now it's Andy Kolb and me that inspired a new generation. And obviously, like, they can look up and they can observe and they can kick our ass really soon, for sure.
Last question with the women. If you could do whatever you want, what would you change to improve the women racing? More spot in the final?
Oh, for sure. Like we need
maybe it's an idea.
Yeah, that's for sure something. I would say a bit more. I think the paycheck is a big issue. It's just that every time you need to negotiate, like, you know that an equal male rider is getting more anyways. And it's hard to, always have it in the back of your mind. Obviously, money is not going to change the way you want to perform, because if I get 50K more or less, I still give my 110%, you know. More riders, more visibility. It would be nice to have a bit more like...
Do you think the industry needs to use more the women for the marketing or stuff like that?
I think it's already quite cool, but I think it's also more media, like not only like the winning beauty shots, like more like behind the scenes, like how do they train, and like we also spend hours in the gym, same as like Bruni, you know, we sweat, we do deadlifts, like, and it would be cool to showcase that kind of side as well, and not only just the beauty podium shot.
I mean, how many times? You're 4 times world champion. You win so many races. So what's challenge you now? What? Maybe winning like a ski race, or you know, I mean, what's the next challenge?
I think I'm the biggest challenge with myself. Like I need to deal with myself every year, and every year I have like different struggles. If it's like mentally or like struggling with motivation, or just like not believing in myself. I think every day just dealing with yourself is already the biggest struggle. So now for sure, like joining a new team, as I said, is bringing a massive boost. I want to definitely win more World Cups. I want to win World Championship titles if it's possible. And I mean, I'm still young. I want to use the time I have.
You sure? You told me like on the way back that you are about to watch the Olympic, the Winter Olympic in Cortina. Do you think downhill needs to be Olympic? Is it like a step that downhill needs? Or do you think that's going to change the sport completely? Because you, as you said, you're still young. So if one day downhill became Olympic, then you'd be part of it.
I mean, it's cool to look at the other sports that were kind of more of a lifestyle sport, like skateboarding, for example.
Yeah.
But I always felt like skateboarding was so huge because of big stars like Tony Hawk. Like everybody knew Tony Hawk and knows what skateboarding is, because it's accessible and it's... Every kid nearly has a skateboard. At least back in the days, everyone had a skateboard.
I had one.
Obviously. And I think now with like freestyle skiing, for example, like it definitely gives them a big boost.
Yeah.
There's like, first of all, like financial boost, like from the national team. Then you get from your nation, you get more funding. So you can put the funding in more training. You can do like more youth training camps. You can support the kids, because you need to build the foundation to have the next Olympic team ready for in 10 years, for example. So there's a lot more benefits coming from the country giving to your discipline. And I think that's the biggest difference now. Like road cycling is so big in Austria and cross country, they get so much money, but the funding for downhill is so little that we have one training camp during the year in San Remo, and you still have to pay 200 euros for the shuttle. You know, it's like it's kind of a joke. Even though we have like Rosa won the world champs, I have a world champ medal, Andy like vice world champion, and there's still no funding. So because it's not Olympic. And
but do you think that's the good side, but the downside that it's maybe that's going to change the sport as well? Do you think you're not scared about?
I'm not scared about it because we all like professional athletes, and
so you're gonna
it
ride
will
anyway.
just be more professional, I think. And then also for outside sponsors, somehow the Olympic name, or like if your sport is an Olympic discipline, suddenly is like so much more attractive, and you get more TV time, and it's crazy.
All right, so it needs to be Olympic for 2030.
Yeah, I will be retired by then, but it's good for Rosa.
Come on.
It will be for sure not 2030. Like I'm now like with Andy, I'm part of the UCI athlete reps, and there's like no way they will add a new mountain bike discipline in the Summer Olympics, because there are already so many athletes in the Summer Olympics that they have no space for new discipline.
Yeah, they don't have space anyway. All right.
It's not looking very promising.
Yeah, sure. Before we have to talk how long time you're gonna race for, I want to talk about your early career. If you wanted to change something back in the days from your career, what would it be?
There is nothing. I think I had the coolest childhood ever. My parents were so cool and chill. Like there was never any pressure. I loved my summer holidays, just riding with the boys in the bike park. And I don't know, like my whole career was so chill and progressive that I never felt like I had to do something. It was always out of joy, and there's nothing to change.
Yeah, well, when we watched the result, then sure, there's nothing really good about. And then we were talking about retiring.
Maybe
Finally.
Well, it's more like I was quite a lazy kid. Like I hated to pedal. Yeah. Like maybe if my parents would have
put you on a road bike earlier.
Yeah, like not even road bike, but just like but then I hated it, so they wouldn't do it. So I don't know. Like it would have been nice to be be in the cross country club, and then you're like super fit as well.
A bit like Lisa.
Yeah. But I'm happy with what I did. So more chill.
Just a short question about Lisa. Lisa, she's like for me like a top 5 elite woman. That's gonna be the first time you're gonna have like a teammate that you're gonna race with. Are you scared about this? Because it's a good friend. We're on a team camp here. It's cool, but when we come to the race, maybe you're gonna fight for the top spot on a race. So how do you deal with that?
I think it's really cool. I don't think there's gonna change anything because we've always been super close. Yeah. And I know that she can beat me. Like we've seen at European champs. Like if she has good days, then she can do it, and that's really exciting. Especially because we help each other so much on and off the track, and like in the off season, and we always go ride together. And it's cool that
it's finally more friend at the end.
Oh, for sure. Like I'm not thinking that way that I don't like that person because she's a competitor. Like, anyways, you're racing for yourself, and then I feel like the downhill women's scene is so cool because like we all have massive respect for each other. So as long as you're respectful, obviously it's going to be annoying if someone is beating you, but it doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, it's still the timing you're fighting for.
And I feel like I would be way more stoked if Lisa wins than anyone else. You know?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, if you don't win, maybe the second person is going to be Lisa. I think it's maybe the best thing. Let's come back to your career. You said that how long time do you see yourself racing World Cup?
It's a really tough question because I'm actually doing it already my whole life. And then when I see like Miriam or Camille Balanche, they are both like 12 years older than me, and they're still competing with us. And somehow they didn't lose the motivation. Like, it's really incredible. I feel like it's always tough when you start having injuries or like you're missing out seasons, then maybe the years pass really fast or slower. I don't know. I think it really depends. But I don't know. I think I already achieved everything I've written on my paper when I was like 10 years old. Like it said, I want to be world champion. I want the Red Bull helmet. And I wanted to race for Rachel Atherton. This never worked out, but those were my three top things I was writing down when I was small. And
so what's gonna be the thing that you're gonna say? Okay, now it's enough. I'm enough. I've done my job. Like, is there?
I think when Rosa beats me by 10 seconds, then I retire. It's time to stop.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So maybe it's in 2 years. Who knows? 2 or 10 years, we'll see.
No, but yeah. As you said, like, racing is your life. Do you think you're going to stay in the racing, I want to say, sphere?
I would say racing is part of my life, but it's not my life. Like, when I go home, it's not about bikes.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool because all my friends come from a different environment. Like, my girlfriend is a skier, so we don't talk about bikes the whole time, and I think that's really important for me. Otherwise, I would get burned out, I think, quite quick. And it's cool to have different interests or like do a little bit of university and just get your mind off in a different direction. Yeah. And do normal things and want to explore different stuff or go for a hike and all that's not related to biking. And I think it's really important and healthy to know when it's time to shift your brain on for racing and biking, but also know how to distance yourself from it, because I don't know, I feel like a lot of young athletes now have a bit of a burnout, like not burnout, but like, for example, when you look at Laurie Greenland, it's like they're happy to take a year off.
Yeah.
Or like in cross country, there's obviously the training is way more exhausting, but sometimes it's good to distance for a year and then come back. And then you see it with Lindsey Vonn. Like, she's gone for 3 years and she comes back with so much more energy and is still able to perform. Like, even if you take a break, you can come back as well. So
yeah. My last question was, what is the part you are the most exciting in racing? What really excites you in the race? Is it like before the race? Is it the training? Is it seeing the crowd coming? What really?
I think it's like the start gate feeling. It's like the most terrible feeling you can have, but you can't really replicate it with anything else. Like, even if I write the exams for university, I'm not that nervous. To be honest, when I'm watching Mathilde compete, I get more and more nervous now. I would say like comparable to me in the start gate, but it's different because I can't control what she's doing. I'm just the witness. I'm watching her, and I'm like, you can't save her. But like when I'm in the start gate, I'm 100% knowing what I'm doing, more or less. and I'm excited to finally go. And I don't think you can replicate it anywhere else.
So ready for 2026?
Yeah, for sure. So we still have some time, but I'm really excited.
You give it, I mean, we're just in January. We got like a bit of time. But what's the plan for 2026? I give you what I see is, as you said, last year was a bit tricky at the end. But like with the new bike, the new team, it seems to be hard to beat you next year. If everything goes, is it the same thing in your head at the moment?
Well, I wish so. I feel like I've been super, super consistent last year.
Yeah.
With so much bullshit going on at the same time. So if I have a little bit less bullshit,
that's what I'm saying.
That would be really nice. And a fast bike. So
let's see. Thank you so much, Vali, for this time. I really appreciate it. It's cool to share so much information that we don't really have actually at the end. And I wish you the best for 2026.
Thank you so much.
And I also wish you a bit of sun for the rest of the week.
Yeah, it looks really bad.
Because we're in Portugal at the moment and it's crazy cold. But tomorrow the rain's coming, so that's going to be better. Thank you, Vali. Cheers. And see you soon. Bye-bye.